You're listening to the Aerial Hour. Rest stop number 1. Hello, friends. Unfortunately, this week I don't have an expert interview, but today I am joined by my husband, who is no expert in aerial things, but he's a great guy anyways. Hi, Phill.
Hey, how are you doing today?
I'm good. You've been with me all day, so you know how I'm doing, but that's fine. So we wanted to jump on and tell you guys where we're at and what we're doing, and thought, if we're not going to release an interview, that maybe we should jump on and share what we've been up to. So that's what we're going to do. As I've said in previous episodes, we are buying a fifth wheel and are going to travel the country and interview people and have new experiences and everything else. So we bought the fifth wheel and we've been renovating her. Her name is Marge. We both love her very much.
Hey, Marge.
Hi, Marge. We're inside Marge right now. So we bought our fifth wheel. We've been renovating her, getting her ready for the road. And we actually took our first trip this last week. So we went to Kissimmee, Florida, which is about, 2 hours?
Yeah.
Outside of St. Petersburg. And we're staying at a resort and having a pretty good time. Yeah. It's definitely an adjustment, right, Phill?
There is a learning curve. We have learned a lot of things over these last few weeks about how to live in an RV, how to maintain an RV, and how to just overall live in it.
Yeah. I think we've learned mostly about how to maintain an RV because I feel like as soon as we got her out on the road, things started not working. But they're not major things, so it's not big deal. We'll figure it out, and luckily you're really handy, so
Luckily.
Yeah.
It's all part of the curve.
Yep, it's all part of the adventure, I guess.
This is the adventure.
This is the adventure. So we got here on Tuesday, and sadly we're leaving tomorrow, but we'll be back here in December. So I wanted to jump on and kind of introduce people to you. I've brought you up several times on the show already. You edit the episode, and thank you again so much for doing that. You're super mechanical and have the patience to actually put things together. So I am forever grateful that you do this, and I'm sure everybody else is too, because you do a really good job. So
Thank you.
Yeah.
It just came natural. We just started doing it, and cut and snip and paste and glue, and let's put it all together.
I'm glad that it's that easy for you. That's a good thing. So you've kind of gotten to see me over the last 6.5 years, and you saw me before I started pole dancing. We've been together 9 years?
9 years.
9 years. So I've been dancing for 6.5. So you saw me about 2.5 years before and saw the person that I was. What did you think about me pole dancing when I first started?
I didn't have any problems with it. I mean, it was helpful to you. It was able for you to have a hobby of something to do. And I feel that's important in our lives to have something that drives us to do more and more and learn about something, and it takes the boringness out of our lives. We just get involved and just get into it.
Yeah.
It becomes our life.
Yeah. I think at first I was really, really obsessed, and I'd come home and want to show you stuff, and you'd just be like,
watch this video.
For the 50th time. You'd be like, again and again. And I think even now you still are like, do I really have to watch this? But now you have a different kind of appreciation for it. What changes did you see in me after I started aerial?
We would have to say the changes. Like before, you wouldn't wear shorts.
Yeah.
And now you barely wear shorts.
What? Now, I think what you're trying to say is that my style has evolved.
Yes.
I'm more comfortable, maybe, showing off my body a little bit.
Look at my leg.
Yeah, where before I was very much jeans only, no dresses, no shorts, not necessarily anything super girly or just
very plain and
yeah.
bland.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of rude, but I don't know if I'd go that far. I think I've always had a little bit of personal style, but I definitely wasn't like comfortable I wasn't comfortable maybe being me.
Yeah. That's basically what I mean.
That's what you were trying to say?
Basically,
Good. I'm glad I helped you reach that. So yeah, you kind of saw that evolution happen. I think when we first started dating, I had like blonde hair.
Yeah.
And then I went red, and I think that suits my personality. So because you edit the show, you've gotten to listen to all of the episodes.
Yes.
What have you learned about this community?
There is a lot of good information in these episodes. Like, I, as a business owner, am not into pole. I have a motorcycle business, and just by listening to the different business ideas and tactics of your guests helps me see how I can, take what I want and leave the rest sort of tactic on, when I listen to them, I can hear about, maybe, I don't know, selling a pair of shoes, I can like take that and refine it and like, how can I sell a motorcycle?
Yeah.
So it's like, it's good information for me. I mean, I'm sure it's good information for everybody. It's all like, business oriented. So
it's great.
It is good.
Yeah.
So
I think
it fulfills me, it gives me the tools that I need to help grow my business as well.
I really like that you enjoy listening to it. I know after each episode you come and tell me different things, and you're like, wow, this person shared about this and I learned this, and they're really a great business person, and I had no idea that they had all this going on. And it's been interesting to have a guy that's so not in the aerial community see the value that these business owners provide. Yes. I really appreciate that. So thanks for supporting not just me, but you're also supporting, all these other business owners. It's really cool.
It's a great opportunity.
Yeah, for everyone. Let's talk about like why we started wanting to travel, I guess. We one day were on a trip in North Carolina, and we were driving along the road. Well, you were driving.
I was driving.
You're driving the Dragon's Tail in North Carolina, which is a super, super windy road. And I was in the passenger seat, and I was working on my computer. And I remember like looking over at you, and you looking so happy, just driving around this windy road where there would be random people taking pictures of you driving on the windy road. And it occurred to me that we should be doing this all the time. And
why can't we do this all the time?
Right. Why can't we just do this? And shortly after that, we started, really looking into, could we do this all the time? And pretty quickly, thankfully, there's a ton of really great resources for digital entrepreneurs that are wanting to live and travel full time. So we found a podcast actually called The RV Entrepreneur, and found like 100 different ways to operate businesses on the road. And so immediately we were like, okay, well, this is a possibility.
Yeah, it's the same sort of like show where
exactly
it gives you the content, and like with this show, I take what I need, leave the rest,
right,
and I morph it into how can I apply that into my business.
Right, exactly. And so that showed us, along with some other resources that we found, that this lifestyle could be sustainable for us. So then I, of course, was like, well, I've got to find a way to stay connected to the aerial community. And then you guys know the rest. I was driving around, dawned on me that we could benefit from this type of show. I was listening to the RV Entrepreneur, actually, and I was like, wow, we could use this. And since I'm going to be traveling, I bet I could interview people in the spaces that they've created. And I think at the time we were thinking about doing something with like YouTube and RVing. And I think I came to you and I was like, what if we don't do that so much? And I just focus all my attention to creating this podcast. And immediately, you were like, yes, that sounds great. That's a great idea. I love it. Yeah, whatever I can do to help. And
take your passion for this community and put it into one little podcast ball.
Yeah. So, then we started working, and while I was building the show, we were also, building our businesses behind the scenes and saving up money and getting rid of stuff and doing all the things that we needed to do in order to move into a fifth wheel.
So many things.
So many things.
People get jealous, but there is so much work. It's not much to be jealous of.
Yeah, right. There's more to not be jealous of.
Yeah.
Than what meets the eye, I guess. It looks like,
jealous in the outcome.
Jealous of the outcome, not so much of the work. Right. That's like the perfect way to describe it. So it's been like a year and a half since we started working towards that. We had a goal originally to get on the road at like the beginning of September, and it's currently the middle of October, so we did not meet that goal, but we're not far off.
Not far off at all, relatively speaking.
Yeah, so we purchased Marge the end of August.
Yeah, in August.
I think sometime in August, and spent the next month getting her ready, and are now on our very first trip. And it's been there's definitely been like bumps along the way, but it's been really cool because I got to go to Dandelion Fitness this week and interview Bree, the studio owner there, and take some classes with her. And that was so cool. Like getting to like drive over to the studio and realizing that like, one, we're in our fifth wheel that we've been working so hard to get, and we're at the campground that we researched, and I'm on my way to take classes with these incredible aerialists, and then I'm gonna get to interview them, and just like realizing that this dream is like here, and it's so cool. So trying to take all of that in and not just cry all over the place. We went to like Disney Springs last night, and there was this girl. Oh, she was so good. She was a hoop performer with like LED hoops, and she just looked like she was just having the best time, and I got really emotional. So this trip has been very like me having these very emotional moments of like realizing what's happening, and it's been really, really beautiful. And then there's also been some kind of hard moments. We've not gotten our generator to work yet, and we knew that going in when we bought it that the generator was not working, and we thought it would be a pretty easy fix, but it's turning out to be a little bit more complicated. Our fridge is only currently running off of propane, which is kind of expensive, so we'll fix that once we get back. We think that we know what the issue is, and it's not going to be a super costly repair, but
at least it works.
At least it works. Also having some issue with the landing gear, and
and that's got a crank, so we can
as long as we get lots of protein in before we crank it up or down, we're good. So this is definitely not like a perfect situation, and we're learning as we go and making lots of mistakes along the way. But
it's hard making mistakes.
It's hard for Yeah, it's hard for anyone to make mistakes. I think especially for you.
I take my mistakes personally.
You do. Yeah, it's like a personal attack on you.
This thing hates me.
Yeah, and you've been sick all week. I think today, I finally
got some Dayquil. So
yeah, I
like...
finally got you to take Dayquil, and so you're feeling like slightly better. But we were planning on going to the Lotus Halloween Showcase, and we're so bummed that we're not currently there. And I just keep watching Instagram for all their videos because we were like getting ready, and Phil's just like slugging around and
That's not very nice.
Coughing all over the place.
Slug on the floor.
And
there's Phill.
There's Phill slugging along. I knew that you were just trying to go to be supportive, and we've had, while it's been a great week, it's been draining just because of how much we've had to learn. And rather than have you and I go spread a bunch of germs all over the place, we decided to just make some ramen, make our first real meal that required us to use the stove. And it was really good. Yeah, you're good at using the gas stove, so yeah.
Much better than electric.
So now we've started planning our route, and I'm really, really excited about the interviews that I have planned. I'm still working out the logistics and details, so I'm not going to drop names yet, but we've got a route planned, and it's pretty spectacular.
We're headed towards Iowa.
Heading towards Iowa, but making several stops along the way.
We got to sleep somewhere.
Yeah, I guess we're not just going to drive up there in a day. So, yeah,
it's all about the journey, not the destination.
Exactly. So we've got a couple of really fun interviews and fun stops planned along the way. Yeah. Anything else you want to say, Phill?
I like the that all the listener support that.
Right. Thank you for bringing that up.
All the listener support that, comes back from. I don't get to see it directly, but I hear about it, all the time when someone writes a message or, how they get inspiration from the show and how it, it comes back like 2 or 3-fold, somebody who is struggling with one thing and they get, they find answers through listening to these interviews. It's like I'm saying, like, the benefit that we get from doing it is seeing how it affects other people and how our interviewees talk about and how it, pertains to people's lives. It's not all just about business. There's also like personal growth and experience and everything else that comes from all this, and it helps a lot of people. And we appreciate hearing that back because that gives us that next drive to find the next one, and it helps us,
yeah,
drive forward.
I'm really glad that you brought that up. I think at least once a week I come running out of some room in our house saying...
Drop the phone and be like, oh my God.
Pass out from excitement.
Another crying moment.
Yeah, me just being overwhelmed by the support that we're getting so far. Special shout out to like all the listeners. I literally cannot believe the listeners that we have around
the world,
around literally the world. Like we've got people listening to us in Croatia and Germany and the UK and France and Canada and Brazil and Poland. I hope I'm not forgetting anybody. But, like, I don't even know how you guys found me, but thank you, and I love you all so, so much. We surpassed 600 downloads like it was nothing. Like, we haven't even been online for a month, and we've already hit over 600 full-on listens. So that's incredible, and thank you guys so much. I've definitely already been shadow banned. It happened after, like, my 8th post, I think. So anybody that's able to find me, thank you so, so, so much. I really enjoyed doing this show and meeting all the people that I've been able to meet and learning all the things. So thank you guys for listening, because without you, I don't know if I would be willing to do all this work, because it's a lot. There's a lot that goes into producing just one episode, and I really do care very much about the quality. We both care a lot about the quality of what we're putting out.
Yeah, we like to produce a good quality show, because I've heard podcasts myself where it's like there's a lot of background noise and there's a lot of, you just got to crank it up all the way and get the hum out of the radio, and it's important to put out a quality product.
Yeah. So hence the reason why there was no episode this week. Getting Marge on the road proved to be a little bit more work than we had planned for. So I think that's everything. Yeah?
I believe so. We talked about a lot of good things there.
Yeah. So if you want to know more about our show, if you want to know more personally, like about Phill and I and what we're doing, we do have an Instagram account where we just post stuff about our RV life. So that's loney.life on Instagram. I'll keep the aerial hour stuff mostly aerial based. Every now and again, I'll probably pop in one of these episodes because I think it's interesting to hear where we're at and what we're doing.
Yeah.
But for the most part, the aerial hour will just be aerial focused. So if you want to know more about what we're doing, you can head over to the website, loneylife.com, or follow us, loney.life on Instagram.
Yeah, Lonely Life is a good place for everything about us.
Yeah.
My business.
Oh, right.
Podcast.
Right. Yeah. Good plug. So that's Doc Speed Shop. And again, that's on our Lonely Life website. But yeah, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If so, let me know. I'll be posting something on Instagram about this, so drop me a comment and let me know what you think. If you love us, please, please, please write us a review on Apple Podcasts. This really helps us out so much. You have no idea. Follow us on Instagram at The Aerial Hour. So I think that covers everything, guys. Anything else, Phill?
I just thank you for listening and giving me something to do during the week.
Yeah.
No, it's entertaining to listen to and get all the information. I really enjoy it.
Yeah. If there's nothing else you want to say, I think we can go ahead and sign off and maybe go eat that brownie from Publix now.
Brownies.
Yes. So we'll see you guys next week. Thanks
so much.
Bye.
Bye-bye.